then people, welcome back to the channel. This video has done really well on my channel previously, and it's discussing how to sign models consistently. And today I'm going to discuss how the top 3 ways we sign models and what we're currently doing. So it is meta ads, cold outreach and referrals, but right, we'll get into the first one, which is meta ads. A lot of people are struggling to sign models these days. They're with established agencies, and the barrier to entry is much more difficult than if you're doing a salary model. But it's not to say you can't sign models literally through these steps, because we do it daily, weekly, all throughout the month. Literally, we're signing models all the time, and it's a combination of meta ads, cold outreach and referrals that do make this possible. One on their own can get you, a lot of models, but it depends on your approach and how you do it. So our most successful one is meta ads. So with meta ads, you're bringing models to you instead of chasing them. This is always a lot easier and a lot less time consuming. But the only thing you do have to think about is the type of ad you're doing. Do you want an engagement ad? Do you want a type form ad? What sort of ads do you want, and how do you want to funnel these models in by basically cutting out the bullshit? So at the moment, for a USA and UK model, it's between $150 and $300 for when we are coming across half decent ones, and then we still have to vet them. So it is more for the people who have got quite a bit of money to be running meta ads, but then you only need one model and you'll make all that back times 50 profit if you do become successful with them. So meta ads is amazing for bringing in models. It's predictable, scalable. Once the funnel is set up properly, so you can go on Fiverr and actually get someone to set up meta ads for you. That might be easier. You can do targeted ads and stuff like that. We do it all in-house. I actually know how to do it myself, so I run all the meta ads, and I've become quite good at it over the years. The next one is you're paying for attention and filtering out the serious creators. So it all depends how you set your meta ads up. You can put an image and then get them to fill out a document and then submit it. You'll cut out half the bullshit by just getting someone to fill out a document. It will show they're a little bit less lazy. A lot of people won't reply. The reply rate is probably like 40% of people who apply for the ads. A lot of them that we see, we just message to see what their situation is. You can even get referrals through the meta ads. So what happens is you speak to people and you're like, okay, we don't work with specific people like you, but if you do refer someone to us, we can offer you this much money or this scheme. It's a great way to meet people and, put low amounts of effort in terms of manpower hours, because the meta ads are doing all the work for you. It gives me a consistent and measurable pipeline of leads. We run like £50 to £100 a day, and it brings in a lot of leads. You're probably a good estimate now in these days. It used to be you could get 50p to £2 a lead. Now it's looking at, if you've got a really good lead, a really good advertisement, that you can be running it from probably £2 up into £10, but it all depends because of the new update on Meta. Ads are a lot different now, so we're running a lot more ads and comparing. That's how we're currently doing it. But meta ads, don't sleep on it, because you can sign models. And with cold outreach, I've made it very extensive, this bit, because a lot of people they say cold outreach don't work, but they do it really stupidly. So when you do get into cold outreach, you have to make sure you've got safety and trust, right? Without these two, it's not going to work. This is thinking about the psychology of the creator. So most girls immediately are scanning for risk. Is it a scam? Are they trying to control my account? Is this another copy and paste agency pitch? Is this guy a creep because you are sending through, like they're going to be sending you explicit images to market? So, you want to have a normal human tone, be very down to earth. I feel like, me personally, that's what I'm very great at. It's just being a normal person. I'm just a normal lad from Birmingham, so I'm not going on like I'm fucking prim and proper. I just know my stuff within the industry and just speak to people like human beings. So you want to give them zero pressure, no agency buzzwords. We don't even use the word agency. So to increase the chance of signing them, what you want to do is you don't want to sound like everyone else. You don't want to sound transactional. You want to be very down to earth, sound like a human being, but also very confident. There's a fine line in between. So trust must be built before value. So have a normal conversation, then find the pain points, and then speak on the value. So autonomy and control, creators fears losing independence. When creators are massive, they don't actually care too much about money, you know. That's what we've found. They more want an easier life, like they want to maintain how much money they've got. Some, you don't get me wrong, like the you know, most creators, well, some creators, they want to aim for 400k a month and everything. But some are like, they're only 20k, they're happy there. They'll be happy with an extra 10k or whatever. They don't want to lose their independence because they actually enjoy making content. One time I was sending content plans to a girl and she actually asked if she could find the content because it motivates her more that she's actually putting in a bit of work behind the scenes. So you can imagine we were only really doing the chatting and plugging in anything that she needed, running all social medias, sorting her accountancy out and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what she wanted to do. So I think models don't always want to lose their independence. They want it's a partnership you're coming in as. It's, you know, you don't want to them, for you to say to them, oh, don't worry about anything, I'm going to sort everything out. It's actually a balance between both. They don't want accounts to be taken over, being told what to post, feeling managed or controlled. That's why you go in, you build report on them, find out what they want to do, and then go from there. Support them, not replace them. You are collaborating with them, you're not owning them. Yeah, so you can literally read through this if you want to. I'm just skipping through because I feel like I've already mentioned some of it, but most creators still run the page. We just help optimize. A lot of girls, especially big creators, they don't want to share their details. A lot do once you show them credibility and what you can do. But some of them like to control their main account, so we just say, oh, we control all the other accounts around it. And then when we build trust, we just plug the account into Metrical, and then no one's got the details or anything like that. There's zero compromise. They just give you the details, you log in once, and then give your team the details to Metrical, and then you're all good to go. Status and identity. A lot of outreach fails because you treat them like, hey, you need me to make you successful. But many creators identify as independent, self-built, proud of their work. You know, they have got ego, a lot of them, so, you know, you've got to feed into that ego. You told your frame as already capable, already doing well, someone you respect. Imagine you're just speaking to someone really sensitive. That's how you have to think about it, and actually think about these people are very emotional a lot of the time. Pissed off because they've had a million people come into a messaging and being dickheads, so always think about that. So you want to position yourself as a collaborator. You specialise in this field. You're not here to save. Like, I'm always so down to earth. Like, we split test. We give you the best possible chance of doing well because we're always testing what works and what doesn't, and looking at the numbers, because no one's a psychic. No one actually 100% will say, do this video and you'll have instant fame. It's just bullshit. So ego threat equals rejection, ego support equals curiosity. Always keep them curious. You don't want to overwhelm them in cognitive loads, so don't be, you know, doing the most. Don't be spamming them with messages. Just give them minimal thinking. Like, just say, this is the content we need. That is if you've got a creator. I'm going down the wrong path there. Basically, this is when we're messaging. This is what we do to get the models in. Yeah, don't have the messages long, and then if they do reply a long message, always match their energy. So if they put a really, really long message, what you want to do is put a really a long message back. If she puts in low effort, you put in low effort. I always start with like just normal questions, like 1 question, 2 questions, and always elaborate on like, I can explain this if you want me to. There's no pressure then. If you want me to explain, I can show you my expertise. And most of the time, because that's not pushy, they're like, oh, do you know what? I do want to know. I'm quite curious. Then the next one is social proof without flexing. You can say, oh, look, I've done this for a creator before. Oh, look at my YouTube. I've explained this here. You know, it shows all legitimacy. And if you're doing it properly, these are the things that you need to really think about. Start building a personal brand. You don't want to be flexing. Look at these numbers that I've done. You can just reword it. I've helped a few creators in similar niches tidy up the structure. Results have been really solid. If you want to see it, I can give you a breakdown. Avoid agency fatigue. Most girls get spammy copy and paste, aggressive, will skate to 50k a month. We've all seen this logo a million times. 50k slash plus per month. I'll make you 50k a month, no problem. Yeah, will you really, mate? So differentiate the cycle: slower pacing, curiosity based, relationship focused, delayed positioning. So always be kind to the creators. You don't want to come across as you're boasting, showing off. Remember, you're just there to give them clarity and help them show your trust. Because what you want to do, you want to build a relationship with these people where you don't have a headache, either of you. Whereas like you're going on like, I will get you this to this digits, this digits. No, just be more human, like be a normal person, and you will get a lot further. So your 3-phase approach works because it contrasts industry behaviour. You feel different over, you get replies. So that's how you just avoid agency fatigue. This section, humans respond more when they feel. This person has already given me something, examples, small insights, relevant observations, useful suggestions. So you are making suggestions. What you can do is make a Loom video. I've done this a few times. The model responds, okay, this is what we'll change. This is one of our models showing trust. Show another one of your models. Okay, this is what we've done with our model. You can see this how it IG page looks. This is how it's different to yours. And these are the differences, like these are the changes you could implement to actually start scaling, because it's worked really well with this creator and we truly believe it will work well with you. What we'll do is test this over a 4-week period. We can also split test it, do this and this, and this is our desired outcome. That's it. That is all you need to do. You're showing authority, showing that you know what you're doing. You're showing trust, because you'll show them your current models. So just be thoughtful. Build goodwill, credibility, always be fair. Emotional motivation, not financial. I told you this, not all of them are after finances. A lot of them are after motivation, especially the girls that you're going to be doing organic with. You want to get over a decent following size. Don't go in, make more money. They care about less stress, clarity, structure, stability, support, not burning out. How's life feel when running this page? Not just revenue, like speak on like much more of a deeper level than just money, because everyone just talks about money. So the next bit is you want to avoid triggering defensiveness. You're doing it wrong. You don't want to say that. You want to basically just feed their ego instead of you're missing out on a lot of revenue. Say, I noticed, say reels are doing really well. Have you ever tested 4 different types of content verticals? I've seen it work great in similar niches. That's showing a lot of respect, and you're giving them, a lot of advice. And then that's covered cold outreach, right, in a bit of depth when it comes to how to think of it psychologically. The final bit is referrals. So referrals are really easy. So what we do is actually message a lot of influencers, like male ones, and get them to refer models. That works really well. Also, if you've got models and you're doing really, really well with them, you can get them to refer new models, and there's different ways of doing it. Like literally we did leaflets in the student area by me when I first started. That worked really well. So this is really, really good, and it's free, and it won't cost you any time. It's just a drop of a message and someone else will do the work for you. You want to have a really, really good offer. So you want to offer like $2,000 up front for every model who signs, or 10% lifetime revenue. Why this works: someone might want upfront fast cash, or someone actually might want the steady income. If you also show the people who are making the referrals, especially like men, if you are getting them to make referrals, show them what you do, get their trust, they'll always choose the 10% because they think, oh, the model's going to make a shit ton of money. So that's always a good one to do. People choose between quick cash and passive income. Referral models normally stay longer and perform better. So the reason behind this is normally because they have a friend within your agency who's doing well also, and they've come from a trusted source, and they want to prove that this was worth it. So I hope this has helped. I know a lot of people struggle to get models, but this is a full breakdown. If you do want to know more details on how we get models time after time, and at an even in more depth breakdown, please drop me a message on IG or Telegram, and you can join my free Discord server or just by dropping me a message. Right, thank you for watching. Peace out.